together, you're actually seeing different seasons. So yeah, I think a lot about family. I think I did was lucky in getting a kind of very creative house, and I think you can really run a business if you treat people like that. Not run a business, but I don't think you can maintain it if you do.
Some of your friends, some of your peers. But the first question I want to ask you is actually from me.
See, she's so rain on these streets, so rage and take. Beautiful strange just to ease the pain. It's like leave this place, or for mental the sun pops and just steams away. Down to demon days. These are fandango flashbacks, lost in this Mad Max brand goose that we made. Stone after stone in this bleak place, built from the burrows into deep space. And we'll keep on going till the beefsteaks faker than ciphers. Sitting on a neat place, certain they'll find us. Made for the skirting, sleep like the pianist. 8 types of vermin, which one is evilest? Grapevines are lurking, ears in the walls and the ceiling to talking to all that's appalling. And we can't figure it out. Scribble words till the brainwaves flicker and drown, till they're no longer shining. Don't want slayers on your eyelids arriving. Nightfall's greater than the giant Goliath.
Let's play cops and robbers, break it down full stops and commas. Got a clean heart with the cops stay on us. Random attacking the Boston bomber. What? Snakes and thieves can't con us. Blade them away so they can't take from us. That's for me, that's my time. Now I text back like cool cars, thanks for the honor. Instead cash man and cuss man's mum like what? Cash man and get man to spawn like what? Roll to the mic, I'm the youngest boss. I come to Tokyo with a London bot. Like man can't chat to me though. Man I just cool like I'm actually cold. Rhyme will rap like it has to be bold. Got a flash on my phone and it has to be dope.
Seen you before. You look at the club?
Leave me alone. I'm with someone.
Really?
Too much for you, particularly the wrong kind of thing. Despite being bombarded with health warnings about Britain's obesity crisis, we sure seem to be learning from it. Our eating habits have changed. Portion sizes are bigger, food is more accessible, and we're less active than we used to be. But how much are we influenced by the likes of America, which has the most calorie-laden diet in the world? Now this really is fascinating when you start looking into it. This really craze of food habits in the UK from America, which is all about basically eating super-sized portions. I might even found this restaurant in the States that not only challenges you to eat more, they positively encourage you, and apparently they have ambitions of opening in the UK. Las Vegas, famously known as Sin City and a place of indulgence, whether it's gambling, shopping or eating, everything here is in excess. And one man that embraces this is John Basso, who calls himself Dr. John, even though he's not a real doctor at all. Oh, you'll be okay. He runs a hospital-themed burger restaurant where the food is purposely Customers dress in theatre gowns. If they weigh over 350 pounds, that's 25 stone, they eat for free. Please, 75. $9,980. At the Heart Attack Grill, the clue is in the title. Our burger is a purpose burger. We took the Guinness Book of World Records for the most calorific burger. That was back in 2013. And since then we've expanded the menu and broken our own record. Now we go all the way up to the octuple bypass steak, which apparently comes in at almost 20,000 calories. And this might look like ice cream, but it's actually pure lard. And that's what the fries are cooked in. Why do we do that? It's nutritional pornography. I know. It's designed to arouse. It's designed to shock. And if we can arouse and shock people, drag them into our sleazy world, fill up their tummies, and send them home, I really think that I've given them the food for thought that they're really paying for.
That thing is 1,300 calories.
And Dr. John believes it's all in the name of education. I am here to scream it from the rooftops and wave flags about it. Because everybody else is sweeping it under the table. It's more profitable for corporate America, corporate UK, to simply not discuss that really bad side effect of all the junk that they're selling to us.
John Lennon, choosing one of his drums, it took just 5 hours before he was shot. Also John, in their own life, politics, those personal, and I think even public that a long time ago, and even not this sweetheart who died 4 years ago.
Would I do this today? No. Would I put my family through the medicine? I don't think so. It came out of that moment, and I'm proud of this. I do say I
album next month.
Situation bei Dior war die Hölle. Zu der Zeit gab es eine extreme Konzentration der Luxusmarken. Damals entstand die Gucci-Gruppe, dann Prada und schließlich das Unternehmen, für das ich heute arbeite. Ich hatte überhaupt keine Lust darauf, in dieses System eingebunden zu werden. Damit hatte ich einfach nichts am Hut. Ich fühlte mich wie ein Tennisball in diesem Spiel und das nervte mich. Ich musste erst alles einrichten, bevor ich diese Kollektion präsentieren konnte. Ich kam mit nur einem Assistenten an und musste ein ganzes Team und ein ganzes Atelier auf die Beine stellen. Wir mussten das Atelier erst einmal einrichten, die Maschinen kaufen und einfach alles neu machen. Das fing bei den Etiketten an. Innerhalb von 6 Monaten haben wir dann alles aufgebaut. Das war sehr, sehr schwierig. Und dann gab es noch so ein Theater mit der Presse. Das war auch nicht besonders angenehm für mich. Ich habe keine guten Erinnerungen an diese erste Kollektion, aber es war eine außergewöhnliche Erfahrung. J'en ai pas de très bons souvenirs. Yves Saint Laurent habe ich ganz zufällig kennengelernt, in einem Flur in seinem Geschäft. Ich war ziemlich beeindruckt. Wir haben uns ein paar Mal gesehen, als ich bei Saint Laurent arbeitete. Wir müssen uns 4 oder 5 Mal getroffen haben, während ich dort war. Immer war er sehr wohlwollend und sehr diskret. Ich kenne ihn nicht gut. Ich habe ihn nie danach gefragt. Aber ich denke, er hat den Laden einfach laufen lassen, solange ihm nichts missfiel. Il n'intervenait pas, donc c'était une sorte de silence bienveillant. Das war so eine Art wohlwollendes Schweigen. Les choses n'avaient pas été dans... Wären die Dinge nicht in sein Squad, er hätte bestimmt etwas gesagt. Sans doute, il se serait manifesté. Es ist ganz normal, dass die Türen in einem Studio nicht offen stehen. Wir wollen hier nichts geheim halten. Es geht uns eher darum, dass Ruhe herrscht, damit alles ganz entspannt abläuft. Die Räume, in denen ich arbeite, sind sehr geschützt. Auf diese Weise kann ich von einer Saison zur nächsten übergehen, ohne mich um das kümmern zu müssen, was um mich herum passiert. Und ohne zu merken, wie die Zeit vergeht. Sans que je sente vraiment les saisons, le temps qui passe, etc. Et j'aimerais que l'équipe soit assez... Ich mag es, wenn im Team eine gewisse Intimität herrscht und jeder sich konzentrieren kann. D'intimité. Juste un espace de concentration. Und das hat sich ja auch bewährt. Mittlerweile sind wir 3 Jahre hier. Wenn wir uns hier nicht wohlgefühlt hätten, hätten wir alles wieder verändert. Aber es ist wirklich sehr angenehm, sehr ruhig, wie man sieht. Man kann ja verschiedene Arten von Impulsen haben. Ich weiß nicht, inwieweit das zwanghaft ist. Meine Obsession ist die Männerwelt, auf die ich mich voll und ganz konzentriere. Darauf konzentriere ich mich schon seit langem, seit ich Student war. Ich glaube, darin liegt meine eigentliche Motivation. Et donc, je pense que c'est ça le moteur essentiel. For the past 5 years Eddie Slimane has been staging a quiet revolution in fashion. Then I thought I'd read the rest. Eddie is introverted, intense, and elegant. And in this way he snuck up and took the fashion world by surprise. But it is not somehow a surprise that Eddie should be the first menswear designer to receive the CFDA International Award. Now, at Dior On, he continues the work he started. Here is a house with more history and tradition, more conventions to play with. I'm very happy to present this year's CFDA International Award to Eddie Slimane.
It's been a month and I'm trying to find out what I'm gonna sort of say. I haven't found anything, I'm afraid. So thank you so much for your support. That's all I can.
Das ist wirklich ein Zeitausdruck. Viel hin und her ist und das in Deutschland kein Bonbon ist ein Weltkrieg, das in Rockstadt und alles kann. Aber er hat eine moderne, zeitgemäße Synthese draus gemacht. Und das Coole ist auch, dass er nicht nur ein Schneider in Anführungsstrichen ist, so arbeitet er doch gar nicht mehr, aber dass er sich gleichzeitig für Musik interessiert, für Fotografie, selber was macht. Dass er ein ganzes Konzept und Universum hat, wo die Mode reinpasst, aber wo die Mode nicht das Einzige ist, was seine, soll ich sagen, seine Vision auch erweitert. Ich habe schon immer fotografiert, seit ich 11 bin. Erst mit 16 fing ich an, Kleider zu machen. Die Fotografie war für mich wie jeden Morgen Tagebuch schreiben, nur schreibe ich nie. Ich machte Fotos, die meinem Alltag irgendwie einen Rhythmus verliehen. Gleichzeitig waren die Fotos immer eher objektiv. Da war nichts manipuliert. An die Mode gehe ich ganz anders heran. Da taucht man in die Suche nach Formen ein. In eine Welt der Kreation, um etwas Neues zu schaffen. Ich habe 2 Jahre lang hier in Berlin im Verein Kunstwerke gewohnt. Als ich vor 3 Jahren hier hinkam, mussten alle ein Projekt vorlegen. Ich machte ja pausenlos diese Bilder. Und zwar so konstant, dass es für mich zu etwas Selbstverständlichem wurde. Ich sprach mit dem Kurator Klaus Biesenbach darüber. So ist das Projekt entstanden, das diese Ausstellung nun abschließt. Wenn man eine Sprache nicht spricht,
Indeed, yes. Inspiration is lacking. Allegedly.
Oh, moving close to me.
Yes. Allegedly.
Ah, yeah, moving close to Chris.
Allegedly, yes.
I think you're on a song called My Big Man.
Yes. No, it's a band that I'm married.
Well, I mean, look, you're into that at the moment. What's it on YouTube?
It's called I Hope, I Think, I Know.
No, you've been rehearsing.
I have indeed. They're finished.
Are they completely orchestrated, arranged?
you and your guitar at the moment?
There's no, my big map's completely finished. One's called I Think I Know just needs.
I think I know.
Needs a little bit of touching up here and there, and that's done. And then there's a few others milling about.
Guitar over there.
I know. And I said that there's not enough money on the street that would make me play it to you on your brand new songs. It would cost you 50 grand. Unless you've got it, or support it. That's not even 50 grand, man.
Now, he was out.
I tell you what,
It's Gavin Mosley.
Every player tells me every player tells me that. Is that what I said?
It's empty. A little bit.
No, excuse me, it was Tails, never trust. Never trust the man who's got a mirror in the shape of his own head.
A riff of Mother Earth, the riff.
You got Platinum?
Oh!
No. I didn't have Platinum.
No, I'm not arguing anymore. Hey, you know what, the Brits?
Yes.
Oh, is that disappointing? Is that... Oh, I don't know. Well, let's see one of your songs then. That was a big confrontation, wasn't it? That's fair enough, I suppose. Right, the Brits are good, sir.
Yes.
Is it true that you said to someone that there was a threat made to you, or veiled threats to you, that not playing live for the Brits might hinder your career? Is that true?
Yeah. Twice in 2 years, actually.
What actually happened then?
The first year, we didn't particularly want to play, and they said, well, this could harm your career, and I'd like to say to the person, harm, gutted. And the second year, which was the one just gone, we said that we'd play outside for the people on the streets, and we said, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, you can't do that, you see, because that would be taken away from the vibe of the show. So we said, okay, we won't do it then. That's right, that's what I said, we won't do it. And then they said, oh, well, we're just trying to sustain their street credibility.
Do you think the Brits are a sham?
I think every time you present it, you can tell them.
Do you think the awards themselves are a sham?
I think I'll just get into it. Any award that is presented by the kids on the streets, first of all, is important. Anyone that's presented by people.
No.
Go on.
No, it's traumatising for you. Yeah, you can never let. If I stole a packet of crisps, you'd know how many packets. Oh.
What do you think?
Yes, I do.
Oh, come on!
Hot noodles. I'm starving. I'm sorry, I didn't get to the shop.
Hey, listen. If I've got a 12 variety pack of square crisps, and I know how many I've eaten, and I know how many I've eaten. She lived with me for months, and it's like.
I thought you said you weren't watching it.
Who?
You.
We've both got teenage daughters. Do you feel me now? She's a bit of a doofus.
No.
She's very happy. And
She's very eccentric, I think. Happy. Oh, she's not Downton Abbey though, isn't she, Essex? Next up, and more prepared it seemed than her mentor was, a 17-year-old Laurie.
Cheryl, who have you got for us?
Me?
Yes, you.
Youngest of the competition, Lauren Platt. She's cute though.
I think Louis Ross knows where he is half the time. She's going to get into the final with the Italian guy.
Oh, don't talk to me about him. I'm upset.
And it was indeed the Italian Andrea Agostini that stole the show.
There he is. This is the best singer of the competition. He is unbelievable, this guy. I've seen it. We were on holiday, and with Kate and all. There's quite a few of us on holiday, and she said, I said, what's she been up to? She said, I'm doing this gogglebox thing with Naomi. And I said, oh, I said, do you fancy doing it? And I said, yeah. And within 10 seconds, she called somebody and confirmed I was doing it. And I was like, what am I doing? When you do that thing where I pass you on to somebody, and they say no, and then they make it go away. She's like, darling, nice, I'll confirm that, darling. And I was like, oh. So then, you know, we kind of get there on the night, and it was one of the best nights in I've ever had. I bet it was a really good look. Good. I haven't seen it, but there was, I don't know, when you watch that programme, I don't know if you've seen this, but you're heavily prompted by a director as to what to look out for. So there's just the three of us sat in a room, and then there's a TV. And
are you drinking and?
Well, it is to get there, and then people said to me, well, you'll be here for 7 because filming starts at 7:30, and I was going to the woman, I guarantee you, Naomi Campbell won't get here before you. She was saying, no, because we start at 8:30, and I was like, you're an idiot! So you'd be lucky if Kate gets here before 3 in the morning, what are you talking about? So anyway, we got there on time. They both rocked up at 10 o'clock. So by that point, I'm already drunk. I'm already well into the Monster Munch.
That was not effectively presumed the Monster Munch. Had you bought those, or was that in your wallet?
No, I demanded them. I had 4 bags.
Was that the old school pickled onion ones?
So you're sat there, and then there's a little speaker, and they start playing. The first thing up is Dancing Abbott, and of course it starts. And then everyone just started, 3 of us just started shouting at each other, and then it was like, stop! And I said, where's this noise coming from? And it was the director saying, yeah, you're just shouting at each other now, and the whole point of Gogglebox is that you watch the television. And Homie's going, yeah, but that's going to be really difficult for us. They were just shouting at each other, and how they edited it down to whatever it was unbelievable. But
I want to see the outtakes.
We were supposed to finish filming at 10 o'clock. You know what time we got out there? 1:45. 1:45 in the morning. I was properly, when I got in my assistant, I wasn't, and I was what? So Gogglebox was like, oh, you doing that thing? That thing I did yesterday. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Have you and De Niro? I'm not. Okay. Oh, sorry, Instagram it. Grabbed it, yeah. Grabbed it? Is that what we say? Grabbed it, yeah, on the Instagram. Oh, is it you on Instagram? Sorry? Is it you on Instagram? It is me, yeah. Okay. I just thought you with technology. You can upload. No, my teenage daughter got me involved in it, yeah. So I grabbed it, yeah. So there's a picture of you and De Niro. It's a different thing than that back in the 90s. A picture of you and De Niro? Yeah. Having a 17-hour lunch. Was it in France? It was in Southampton. Okay. Is there a story? I mean, it must be. How did that come about? We were at a friend's house, and casually mentioned the night before that Robert De Niro was coming to lunch, and me and my missus looked at each other like, wow. And I love the fact that you get excited about something like that. Well, yeah, I mean, there's like, you know, the day after, I was kind of saying to Sarah, I think the only thing that could top that is probably going on a venue with Jack Nicholson. I mean, that's it, really. You know.
Jason's so hoping you say his name.
He's going flip-flop shopping with...
Not to Lidl.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we can do it. Yeah. Or going to buy some cashmere undies with... but it was... yeah, and we had this lunch that started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and finished at 6 in the morning. I don't remember dinner being served, but it was...
Did you sit next to him?
I did sit next to him. Yeah.
Did he know you were?
I've got to say, he didn't have a clue, no.
Did you tell him?
He knew it was by the time we left.
Yeah, I bet.
He actually, as he was leaving, he said, write down the name of that band again. Did he do the facts, the Canero fact? Did he do I mean, the good facts? When he was slagging off Donald Trump. Yeah. I mean, we're all huge fans of him and his films and all that. And I was bombarding him with questions for at least a good couple of hours sat with him. And
what's your question?
How did you make Way to Win? And how did that come to be on the film? And where did you go to get the inspiration and parts and all that kind of thing? And I couldn't tell you what he said, I have no idea. But I mentioned Donald Trump, and then he did the thing. He did the thing. I didn't even have to turn in my eye when he was doing it. I think it's good job wearing sunglasses because I was kind of like unbelievable. But
easy guy to get on with, or did he need a bit loosening up?
I'd say he was actually. Have you ever seen him on a chat show?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay. So quite reserved.
Yeah.
Quite quiet.
Yeah.
But I imagine it's 6 o'clock in the morning. That's.
Oh no, he didn't stay till 6 in the morning.
Oh, he didn't say that.
I think he
went after 10 minutes.
He stormed out after 10 minutes. 8 or 9
hours.
Night. Sorry.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. So you're actually counting on your fingers there?
Yeah.
1 to 9.
It's a foolproof method.
No, you go to 11, you have to take a shoe off.
Oh, you can miss it. And then the kids told.
That's too easy, that one.
Andy Goldstein's Sports Bar. Weekday nights from 10 on Talk Sport.
Tell Sally to wait. I was going to say, I reckon you should fucking sing. Oh, Sally can wait.
Which is the truth? Did he write that letter?
Yes, of course he said. And he reckons I was, but he said, alright, let's just say, for argument's sake, so he alluded to the fact, when you sing the song, and I said no, and he said, well, you should do.
Well, you sang it, you sing it.
No, sing it, I don't know. I don't know, but get on this.
Right then, who's first then?
Who's not here? It's got to be you there with that weird haircut there. How many haircuts you got there for? I'd like to thank all the people who voted for us.
I thought we were going to win nothing, you know what I mean? So you never know these days, you don't. I come because, you get invited, you know what I mean? And, it's really nice. And if I wouldn't have won anything, I'd smash the gaff up.
So, what do you think is the worst fashion statement? Have you seen someone that's so fashionable and really your head in it, it's hideous?
Yeah.
You? Oh, you bastard.
I had The Darkness on my show on Friday. Whoopee. And I asked them if they wanted to ask you a question.
I have to say, I am a bit nervous because I've seen some interviews and I've seen what he does to journalists.
Leave it there, just you tell me what they said.
We're massive Oasis fans. Does he like The Darkness?
Do I like The Darkness? Yeah. I like that first song when it come out, and then they said something about me. No, I couldn't be arsed with that. I can't wait to bump into them one day. Apparently he lives nearby. I like that silly song that they come out with first, so it made me laugh. That made me laugh, and then he got a bit serious. He started getting a bit big for the boots. Started slagging off the boys. So no, what's the next?
Being hyped as the best band around at the moment. Is our hype true?
Yeah. It is the best band of ours today on the planet. It's a fact.
Do you know what I mean? Do you have to be feeling something at the time to write?
I've got to be honest. I can't write songs about being young and unemployed and being turned on because I'm not.
you know, why are you not me? It's like, I'm very good looking. Yeah, I just think that there's a lot of bands out there styled and that, and you can see them a mile off like Coldplay, you know what I mean? You know they don't buy their own clothes.
Yeah.
And you should buy Pretty Green.
What about Coldplay?
Coldplay, not right.
Do you like Coldplay?
Right.
Just okay.
It's not right. They don't do it for me that much, not rock and roll enough, man.
Yeah.
They're alright. They live all around the corner from me, so don't say too much.
They're neighbours.
As they come round and, you know, give me a paper cut or something.
Each one's normally compromised.
That's me, mate. Of course I'll compromise. It's my fucking middle name, mate. Compromising Kaiser.
Explain the word compromise to me in a sentence, right, and I'll give you that one.
Compromise?
Yeah.
I don't know. What does it mean? It means like...
It doesn't mean...
It means backing up.
It's reverse.
What about Kanye West?
No, I mean, yeah, it's kind of...
Definitely a channel changer.
No, Kanye West was good, was definitely good when he was doing the beats for Jay-Z. He was a catalyst for Jay-Z and Jay-Z was getting his thing together.
I'm not having it. And if I ever win any more awards, I personally invite you to get up and take my award off you. Yeah. I was really big back to that girl, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's her stuff, so yeah. Yeah. Give me an award. You see where it goes and all that. It's how you write it, you know what I mean? I'm not into writing fucking morbid music like the rest of these pricks that play there. They all write bollocks, you know what I mean? They're all like fucking, they're all in pain. Well, my fucking ears are in pain, fucking hearing your fucking voice, you twat. You know what I mean? You're right, you know, music should be a fucking uplifting thing. I know.
So I've got to ask you, what happened with James from Star Sailor?
I don't know, you know, I was just, you know, being there, trying to like, you know, pick some love for him and all that, and then he comes up and he taps me on the shoulder. And I'm like, which one? I want so, and I said, yeah, I'll come here. I said, you're going to look for anyone's interview again, you'll be going on an ambulance. And you look at it, I'm going on stage in about 3 minutes time because I've been chasing you down there like some mad wolf. If I'd have come off stage, and obviously they weren't there when we come off. No, I wash my hair, and you know what I mean, twice, you know, once every 2 days, I change my clothes, change my socks. I wear pumps, I don't wear rockabilly boots. I'm not rock and roll.
Well, for one, right, Ed Michael's going to give me a slap right in the face, so come on. And for a little bit, I'd just like to say, sausages. After that, and I offer anyone who's tough enough to come and take us off this stage, we're going to talk all night now. Cheers, right? And I'd like to thank all the fans, all the people who make us what we are. I'd like to thank all the people. All people. So many people. And they walk hand in hand. And even through their short life. Now, you're not performing tonight because you're here for you're having a laugh. What we're going to do, right, surely this place would send up more than fucking ginger bollocks to throw us off the stage. No, you don't have to. A ginger bloke geezer I cannot throw oasis off the stage, so come on. We don't need to go, we wanted to stay here because you performed at an Earls Court last year. We've got to Don't Look Back in Anger. This is Oasis live in this auditorium.
I mean, when we do interviews like this around the world, we subtitle all the time. I mean, it's just quite bizarre. It's moms, man.
I tuned you out.
The world are all moms. All of them. Good point, well argued.
But Noel decides that he's wanted to do everything and fucking man.
These are people coming to see us. Because we're the bollocks, that's why. To be quite honest with you, we're the best band in the fucking world. And probably the best band I'll ever fucking see, so yeah. No.
Let's be hypothetical.
What?
So, we're sitting here. John Lennon's sitting there, obviously this is hypothetical.
Nothing. No. I'm not here to be asking about his life. I don't care about his life. All I care about is his music. And I don't need to drill him on his music because it's there and I listen to it and that's all I get from it. Because you got to ask him one question and then just don't do anything, and before you know it I'd end up licking his face. We wouldn't want that, would we? And then he'd probably think I'm a bad dick and that would be the end of it. Well, yeah, so
Do you not have moments on stage where your mind's drifted and you're singing something and you've got to pull yourself back into it?
Yeah, totally.
Do you do that?
Totally, all the time. We think about the price of being in Yugoslavia and all that stuff, and I mean, there's 30,000 people looking at me going, shit, get me ticket.
And an astrological line.
I think this was kid like a crowd.
To buy a fucking t-shirt and a post up on the way out, you fuckers.
One little sort of like go pear shape or something.
I'll
How are you, Liam?
Godlike.
Godlike. How you feeling?
Godlike.
Good. Thanks for coming by.
What do you eat? It's one of my missions. I have to drop in on you every now and again.
Yeah, we always like to see you here too. The fourth Oasis album, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, is in stores now. The cover of the album, New York Skyline.
Yeah, I thought I'd pay you respect for that before I draw you up and that.
Yeah. That's what I thought the reason was. Why New York on the cover? What is it about New York you like
I
so
don't
much?
think you've got anything happening for you. So yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, that could happen too, of course. Do you like coming to New York? Do you like?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you do when you're here?
I just eat burgers, man, and look at the skyline. And especially like that thing over there, LG, Liam Gallagher.
Oh yeah, you see that up there?
Love it.
That's intuitive. Just think 365 shows I
made that myself. Coming up, packs and watching the box. I've gone back, he's right, man, he's right. He's got the eye of the tiger. He went, what? I was like, he went, what? What did you say? I was like, look him, he's got the eye of the tiger. He went, yeah, I was like that. You know, can you send me cuts of that? Why did you say that then? It was right in there. He's got the eye of the tiger.
So the Oasis history, that was a turbulent time, wasn't it? That was arrests and all sorts of
fucking made back them fucking days, man. It's kind of easy now, like taking the kids to school. I know fucking leather fucking something tomorrow. Fucking I was just to get back in the papers and back their handcuffs on me. You know what I mean? I feel like having their handcuffs, man. Go out the gayness in me.
As usual, on the stanza letter Q, this was going to be the biggest fight in pop history, mate.
Listen, the guy offered me out, like, when I was in the concert from MTV, right, yeah? He didn't say his fucking words today, right, yeah? Ran 4 tables across the road from him, right, yeah?
He left early, do you think you'd drive him out?
No. No? He can enjoy himself out, mate.
Everybody just fucking calm down.
What is your first childhood memory? And that is an email from Ivana Tinkering.
Getting stung by a bee.
Getting stung by a bee?
Yeah.
How old?
Never mind, where?
How old? 3 months, 4 months? That's 4 months old?
Yeah, something like that. I was in a big pram outside my grandma's house and I just got this big wasp or a bee on me. That was it. And that's when I developed it. Yeah. The voice.
That's what I put it down to.
Stay out of my fucking way. Fuckers. I wouldn't fucking bother if I was in Australia. I'd fucking stay here getting on a bus touring Europe and fucking England. And they're pissing down rain. I'd fucking just stay here, man. I'd fucking post my surfboard. Look at the chicks out here. Fuck joining band. And all the country like fucking rain. They don't speak fucking language. Fuck that, stay here, man.
What I'm amazed by is the fact that, you know, the second verse, I only hope to say the things I wish I said, so I'll sing myself things that never sings it live, ever.
What, that's all we get it? I've never heard of it. What was it? Play on the verse.
There's another verse in it that you just refuse to sing.
Don't refuse, man. I've never heard it.
What is it about it? You don't like it?
It's not that I don't like it, I've never heard it, right? He usually puts the words in front of me, just fucks it off.
You just
I just sing what I read, man.
Because we know we put our next single out is going to be in the top 3, right? So we know that, and we know the album's going to be number 1 and stuff like that. But then,
single be number 1, and last after that it can go out.
But then
they won't carry you again until you get down and freeze and drop behaviour.
I don't give a flying what canvas is, because I'll tell you kids, I'd rather walk. But I'd make that captain again with his top off on a plane. Yeah. I got sat in me and I'll stab him.
You're going to complain if you kept that?
I'm complaining, yeah.
What are you complaining about?
I'm complaining because I can own about 30 seats and that costs me about £20,000, right, or something like that maybe. And
you're really unfazed by the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't got anything, I don't know what you're talking about. And they told me to shut my mouth and like carry on, and that was just fun, you don't like that?
Who told you to shut your mouth?
Some panhead, they want to stab him up my ass with a pickaxe.
Always wear condoms.
The judges
It's on the
are.
Sam Cowell on it.
Jelly Halliwell.
Sam Cowell.
How can Jelly Halliwell to Everton and go, you're rubbish?
Can you imagine
You're rubbish, I swear to God.
Oh, well, I don't think you hit that note so high there, and I think you should go with him.
Did she not come from Newcastle?
She's not from Newcastle, she's from Yorkshire.
What do you call it?
Calling it Stop the Clocks. And do you want to know why?
I know, but I never want to.
Yeah, because it,
everyone puts a bookmark in, like, that's what we've done.
yeah, it was one of those.
I can understand it, and stop talking the rest of the concert. Don't fucking buy it and stop asking questions, you bunch of cunts.
I'll be 30 next year, you know what I mean? And I still haven't met anyone. 30 this year.
Whatever you can put.
I was also thinking about some of the other things we've done as well, which with the BBC, like Abbey Road, sprung to mind with the strings.
Oh yeah, that was good. That suit was like, I would have worn something different if I could look back right now. I could still do a suit, I just wouldn't have done that exact lapel situation.
But talk about like really putting yourself on the line with that, you know, I mean, that was, you know, so early on for you to be stepping in a room with that many players and that kind of, just give yourself that objective. I mean, what are your thoughts when you think back about Abbey Road with the streets? It's just nuts.
I thought it was good. I thought it was what I was supposed to do at that time. Yeah. You know, if I see something, I see an opportunity, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We only, you know, we're all going to die one day.
Yeah, that's true.
So we live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow. You know, go for it. You know, those steps have would have allowed that. Those steps have been the you know, the platforms that allowed me to make it this far.
Mm. And you have, man, and we're here, and you know, 6 albums, original albums of your own, a Throne record, various records with good music to talk about, man. But seriously, Jesus, bravo, dude. I mean, that is one of the most creative records of, you know, of any genre I've heard in a very, very long time. And you know, just in terms of your output, your most exciting sounding record, I think, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
You know,
yeah, I feel, you know, I was able to start just making exactly what was in my mind again. And not having to speak with the textures of the time, because you know, Cruel Summer is definitely Kanye West, and there's something kind of weird and off about Mercy, like when it has the high pitch, that type of sound. It sounds like art still a little bit, even though it's obviously was a radio smash, but it's still when I, you know, get into the idea like the trap drums and things like that, or certain, you know, songs that are blatant, you know, radio hits. It's like I'm speaking with today's texture, and that's, you know, and you look. If you look at it 200 years from now, it's not going to stand out in the way that, you know, 808s or Jesus stands out and completely can push or redefine or make people say, you know, hey, I completely hate that or I completely love that, but let me just think differently, because everybody is like bound to these, you know, no pun intended, they're bound to 16 16 bars and 8 bars, and you know the normal radio. The radio thing. I was talking to Frank Ocean about this and said, like, you know, my mom got arrested for the sit-ins, and now we're more like the sit-outs, like sit off of radio, and say, hey, radio, come to us. You know, we need to find something new because it's being, you know, controlled in a way and manufactured in a way that, you know, really awesome, you know, artists, you know, can make amazing music, and that break as far past is like something that's very like formulaic.
So it almost feels like a duty to you in a weird way, having the people's ear, having people's attention, and for great music to be able to say, well, if I'm not challenging them, if I'm not challenging myself, not challenging radio, what am I doing?
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to regurgitate myself. I showed people that I understand how to make perfect. You know, dark fantasy could be considered to be perfect. You know, I say I know how to make perfect, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to crack the pavement and make new grounds, you know, sonically and society, culturally.
You've done that with Jesus. I mean, it's fascinating for us to sit here and talk about this record now, because normally when I talk to artists about records of this nature, it's in the lead up to something. So we're all kind of playing a guessing game. You know what I mean? You could tell me what you think of the record, but I'm sort of trying to find my way around it. The audience probably won't have heard it. In this case, it's been out for a minute, so we can reflect on it with the benefit of hindsight too. You've seen what everyone else has had to say about this record, both good and bad, but I'm fascinated to know today how you would describe Jesus as someone who made it, how you would describe that record. You know,
I just think that I'm a production person. I'm a product guy. I'm a producer. So if I'm working on a John Legend album, I'm gonna try to give John Legend the best, you know, home for him to stay in, and I'm gonna try to push Pusha T, no pun intended once again, this keeps happening to me, to make the thing that represents what I like about his music the most. And then for me, it's Kanye West. I gotta fuck shit up.
And you did, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, from the minute it starts. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
So you're up in the loft probably at this point, and you're kicking around ideas, and you're putting things together, and this sound comes into your head, and you're like, this is what I'm looking for. This is
me going to the studio with Toma and G-Man, and them like, who's Daft Punk? And they had a synthesizer like the size of that wall right there, and like, this is just one session right here. And this beat originally was like 14 minutes long, and that part in the beginning was something we completely just distorted it, and I ended up making that the intro.
You know, I got beef with you over this track. It's too short. I wanted more out of it. You know, because it's one of the best beats on the record for me, and you know, it just feels like you're just getting warmed up.
Studio. We are here today. Our third panel, Menswear Season Spring Summer 2017, and we're going to discuss Grace Wales-Bonaire. And I have an amazing set of panelists with me here today, and I'll just let them to introduce themselves, starting from you, Ronan.
I'm Ronan, and I'm a photographer from Northeast London.
I'm Echo Eshin. I'm the former director of the ICA. I'm a writer and cultural commentator. I'm also the curator of a show coming up at the Photographers Gallery next month called Made You Look, Dandyism and Black Masculinity.
I'm Marta Presa, fashion features editor for L'Express magazine in Paris.
Amazing, thank you. And I'm Anastasia. I'm chairing this season panel on menswear, and I'm a writer based in London. So I'm very excited about this discussion, because obviously Grace Wales-Bonaire is probably one of the biggest discoveries of London fashion scene of the previous 2 years. Like, she's not even 30 yet. It's her 5th collection, but she's caused an overwhelming amount of discussions, polarized opinions, and also she's got already brilliant buyers such as Selfridges and Manchester Fashion. So yeah, I mean, I'm really interested where the song's coming from and what's the reason of all this hype. So to me, I think one of the things about her which attracted people was the novelty, at least to the sort of usual, let's say the usual white fashion consumers, was the novelty of the look and the story she was telling. But what I'm interested in is actually, does this look have more history than we actually know? And I'm gonna ask you, Echo, because you already mentioned your show coming up at the Photographers Gallery, which is about the engagement, black masculinity, opening this July. So could you please tell a little bit about the concept of the show and the story it's going to be telling?
Yeah, I mean, my show at the Photographers Gallery is about black masculinity through portrait photography. So there's about 10 photographers in there, photographers from Africa, from America, from the UK, some classic studio portrait photographers like Malik Sidibe and Samuel Fosso, but also some newer British and American actors. And really, the concept of the show is to look at, I guess, kind of representations of black masculinity and how you get a really interesting relationship that can evolve on the street or in the studio between the photographer and their subject. Specifically because most ideas about kind of black men especially tend to come to evolve through popular culture, through images of kind of black men, these kind of quite cool stereotyped forms, kind of brutish and demonish and slightly kind of physical overbearing. And actually, when you get photographic imagery that analyses that and kind of tries to take that inside out, what you find are different representations of masculinity. So you see men as kind of performative subjects, men who dress well, men who dress with kind of leishness or campiness or performativity, men who dress for provocation, men who dress for play. Those are kind of real men out in the street or sometimes in the studio, but actually what you get when you start to assemble those photos together is this real sense that masculinity is a fluid thing. Masculinity is a performing thing. Masculinity can take many forms. It can be sometimes aggressively male, sometimes female in its expression, and all of these things anyway sort of wrap up quite well with Grace Girl Bonner's work, in as much as I think she's got a really interesting idea that you can think about menswear and you can think about blackness and you can think about masculinity, but there's no easy dividing line between those concepts, those facts, but also notions of men as gendered figures, notions of men as close women, notions of men as something can figures. She managed to embrace all the bases. I think the most sophisticated very elegant way.
Definitely. I mean, Rowan, you've done a great body of work on representation of black culture and fashion, and you had this great exhibition called The Black Body, which looked at sort of black body in fashion and different ethnically diverse types. So what kind of idea of blackness and black masculinity or femininity you tried to challenge, and how?